Spacey's Sims, and we're back with more Taisho Alice. And this should probably be our last part, just to get the good ending, I would assume, in Cinderella's route. But I don't know, because I kind of like this has gone on like this is way longer than I thought it would be. So I'm gonna be honest, well worth the money. I think I've already said that several times. Just the writing alone and the leave room for Jesus. Um. It's still killing me, by the way. Like, I think, my God, there are just some gems in this game. True that. I can't. But yeah, no. I mean, for someone having said as like 5 to 6 hours per each route, but I mean, this is the 10th part. Now, I know the first part was, mostly an hour of the intro kind of thing. But, and I ramble. Like, we talk and we take some time out and whatever, but they've still gotten like 9 hours worth of content. Not quite. The one part was a little short, but roughly. I mean, 5 to 6 hours is an extremely conservative estimate the way I play. And I know that like when I usually look at games and it says, oh, completionist is like 30 hours. I'm like, it'll be 60 for mine. Because I've compared it with other games. There's a website, I think it's Time to Complete or Time to Beat or something like that. And you can do it for visual novel games. There's not as many. It might be like 12 people might have said something. You know what I mean? So it's not like a really good representation of how long it's going to take to beat the game. But it'll be like casual, if you sped through it, if you, leisure pace, you've completed the game. It kind of tells you like a rough idea of how long a game takes to finish. And I kind of use that sometimes if I want to decide like, oh, okay, I just want a quick game. Let's see. But I always know, like, I'm pretty sure it'll say things like Hakuoki takes, like, 30 hours. And I'm like, it took us, like, 80 hours for that game. So, like, I kind of double that usually. So I guess I kind of should have figured when someone was like, it's, like, basically, it's 10 to 12 hours for the entire game. I should have been like, it's probably, like, 10 hours per part. Because, sure, I think Riding Hood's part's probably going to be shorter. It's probably not going to be 10 parts. Like, this one will probably be... Honestly, it'll be 11 because we're going to do the bad endings after. And we kind of ramble sometimes, and I'm sure people kind of, they might read faster and not have as many, but still, like, I guess I should have estimated, like, okay, well, they say like 6 hours, so maybe it's 7 or 8 for me. You know what I mean? Instead of being like, well, it's probably only actually like 6 hours. I don't know, I guess I assume people are like, and so began, could you imagine if we were listening to but see, that's the thing. Most people, you're reading in your head as the voice acting is going, but I guess I should know, even me, even if I was reading it by myself and I wasn't playing it for you guys, I'd still pause and I'd be like thinking about things and I'd analyze things and like, yeah, I'd be rambling off in my head. I'd be rambling off out loud. This is why I record, so I don't look crazy. I'm doing it for you guys. And because otherwise I'd just be talking to myself. Talking to myself anyway, but at least I can be like, oh, I was recording something. Not just like analyzing and having a conversation with myself, which I do anyway, so whatever. She just kills 2 birds with 1 stone. With 1 stone. 1 stones? Wow, Spacey. Wow. And you just said that on the internet. Done dumber shit. Anyway. So we're going to jump back in, but this should be our last part, I would assume. We've got one more choice to make. And we'll see. I don't want to do the bad endings after this, but... if this is only like 5 minutes, it would suck. If it's maybe like closer between 20 and 30, we usually are like, that's fine. Or over, definitely we're good. But yeah, if it's 5 minutes, I'll probably just cut out all my rambling right now and just edit this into the last part that we just did, and you won't know the difference. So anyway, if you're listening to this, then it's definitely not going into its own part. So anyway. And so began my new life together with Cinderella. How were we handling the cafe now that his brothers were... Oh, how were we handling the cafe now that his brothers were gone, you ask? You're a very chipper bird right now. You've been snuggling and sleepy all day, but it's like 9 o'clock at night. Why are you all of us in a week? It's wakey times? Music is... wow. Are you ready to order, sir? Actually, it was working out surprisingly well. Fortunately, Gretel left his dessert recipes for us, so I was able to replicate them to an extent. Meanwhile, Cinderella took care of the rest. And not to brag or anything, but he kicked ass at it. Cleaning, laundry, cafe prep, customer service, and all without my help. Total lifesaver. Without Snow White or Gretel around, our workload had doubled, and it wasn't easy to serve all of our customers in a timely fashion. but we were confident we can manage as long as we had each other. However... Hey, Oh, Cinderella, here, run this out to the customer, will you? I handed him a slice of freshly baked cake on a plate. Will do. Listen, what's the next order? He blinked at my rapid-fire question. Huh? Oh, orange... Picoe? Picoe black tea? Oh, with a crumpet. Got it. As soon as he gave the order, I launched into prep. Things were slow for right now, but based on past experience, we were due for a customer rush and not too long from now. I gotta get as much prepped as I can. Hey! What is it? I glanced over to find him standing there with the slice of cake, looking like he had something to say. I like how it just spins to an empty CG of the exact same background. I need some help. Thanks for the offer, but someone needs to stay out front to cover the dining area. Oh, right, of course. Hey, when's we close for the night? Just then the door chime rang. Cinderella, get the door! There's a customer! Right. Poor thing, he's feeling neglected. But we gotta get you out of debt, baby. Over at last. Once the cafe was closed, Cinderella slumped over the table. I took a seat across from him. What a day, huh? It wasn't even that busy either. So anyway, what were you going to tell me earlier? Oh yeah, so... But just as he jumped upright, the door jangled and someone walked in. Oh, for crying out loud. It was a small boy. What the heck's a kid doing here? What do you want? We're closed. The boy flinched at Cinderella's brisk tone. And then... Fucking kids. He started crying at the top of his lungs. What's wrong? Why are you crying? There. He's a big scary man, isn't he? Come here, sweetie. This is my son. Oh my god. What the fuck? I held my arms open wide and the boy ran to me, sniffling. How am I scary? And why the hell are you two cuddling? Let go. He's just a little kid. What's the problem? I picked the boy up and sat him on my lap. Oh, I'll tell you what the problem is. How come you what? I smirked. At this, he flinched slightly. Evidently, he realized what I was getting at. Nothing. He turned away sulkily. Alas, if only I could bully him a bit more. Sadly, now is not the time. Are you not good with kids or something? Not really. But you have 2 younger brothers. They aren't kids. I can't stand to be around anyone under the age of 10. Cinderella is so me. I want to marry this man. Spacey, you get out of here. I'll marry him because he doesn't like children and I don't like children and we're perfect because you're going to be like, but I want babies. I'm the baby of my family myself, so I can't say I have much experience with them, but still, they're just so cute, aren't ya? I turned the conversation to the boy at my lap. No. Oh, it's okay. I know he seems scary on the outside, but he's a sweetheart on the inside, I promise. But can we maybe get to the point of why the fuck... I don't mean, get to the point in the game. I mean, could you maybe ask the kid what the fuck his problem is? Be like, so what's up with you? Why are you here? Are you lost? You're just like, yay, okay, we got a kid now. The little boy stopped crying and stared curiously at the big, scary-looking man. Please. He's so precious. Fine, whatever. I guess I'll let you off the hook. And just for today. I could tell he was taking pains not to upset the child a second time. He's just so cute! Give me a huggy-wuggy! I wrapped my arms around him and gave him a big squeeze. Huggy! What's going on, little guy? Where's your mommy and daddy? I don't know. You don't know? Are you lost? Good grief, what irresponsible parents. They can't be bothered to keep an eye on their own damn kid. It's probably Cinderella's son. They'd be like, actually, he's your kid. Not surprised. You man whoring around out there. At Cinderella's caustic remark, the boy slumped his shoulders on the verge of tears again. Wait, don't cry. I'm just joking. Your parents aren't bad people, okay? And don't start crying again. Realizing his mistake, Cinderella jumped to his feet in a panic. Okay. Phew. Once the crisis was averted, Cinderella heaved a huge sigh of relief. I've never seen him act this way before. Oh, I know. Want a snack? Yeah. I think we have some cookies left over. Oh, that was me. I think we have some cookies left over. I lowered him down off my lap and got to my feet. Meanwhile, Cinderella rolled his eyes. Didn't anyone ever teach you not to take food from strangers? The little boy hung his head. See, he knows it's wrong. Oh, you're right. I didn't think about that. These days, people will call Child Protective Services over anything. They might even take us to court. It's really weird because the language and everything is so modern, but you know it's not modern by the way we dress, so I'm like really confused. But this world is like, it's like a modern world with like old-fashioned fucking clothing and shit. And like, okay, how about this? Next time you're here with your mommy and daddy, I'll give you some cookies then. That works for you, right, Cinderella? I don't get much of a response from the boy, so instead I let Cinderella make the call. I don't pretend you need my permission. I know you're set on doing it. Anyway, yeah, it's cool with me. Yay! Isn't that exciting? Yeah. So, tell us about your parents. Do you remember the last place you saw them? No? The boy shook his head. Come on, you don't even remember what they were wearing. Mama had a white dress on, and Papa had a gray suit. See, there you go. That's all you had to do. Can you pick them out of a crowd if we need you to? Yeah? What did you eat for lunch today? French fries and a fish fillet. You mean fish and chips? Yeah, and I drank an orange juice. And your mom and dad were with you? Oh, that was Cinderella. And your mom and dad were with you? Yeah. Did you eat it at your house? Oh, that was Cinderella. Why do I keep thinking it's me? At a restaurant. Just pretend, whatever. Do you remember what kind of restaurant? No. What color was it? Brown? White? Oh, I know. Was it kind of like this place? Yeah. I gotcha. And that would explain why you came here by mistake. After asking the boy a series of questions, Cinderella nodded in understanding. I wasn't sure I understood where he was going with this, but it seemed like he was getting somewhere at least. But it sure seemed like he was getting somewhere. Papa, Mama. The little boy whimpered to himself. They said they'd leave without me if I threw a tantrum. Maybe they won't come back. Oh my god, they really did though. If I threw a tantrum, and then I cried, and then they left me. Oh, you're fucked, kid. Wow, those parents are harsh. That is some fucking harsh parenting, man. Wow. Fat tears welled in his eyes as fear set in. Surely that's not... That's nonsense, kid. In contrast to my hesitation, Cinderella's tone was firm. The boy and I both stared back at him wide-eyed. The parents don't abandon their kids over one measly tantrum. People aren't disposable like that. You can't just toss them aside whenever you feel like it. Trust me, no matter how much of a hassle you are, your parents will always love you. And that love and that bond is unconditional. As I listened, I realized that this wasn't just what Cinderella believed. It was what he wanted to believe. Just because someone's love was unconditional didn't guarantee that love would always be there. Anyway, chin up. Your mom and dad are probably on their way to get you right this second. When will they get here? Any minute now. I bet they're tearing their hair out searching every nook and cranny. Nook and cranny? It means they're searching all over town. That's how much they care about you. You think so? Sure do. Here, give me your hand. Cinderella reached out to the boy. Huh? Now give me your hand, dang it. We're gonna hold hands, or would you rather ride on my shoulders? I gotta love Cinderella. How come? We're gonna go look for your folks, duh. Better than sitting around here, don't you think? And if we don't hold hands, you might get lost again. But you said strangers are bad. I'm no stranger. You know my name, right? The lady called you Cinderella? Bingo. I'm Cinderella, and that means you know who I am. So I'm not a stranger, see? It is so fucking weird that Cinderella is a boy, and yet we keep calling him Cinderella, and it's just like, oh, now we're like 10 hours in, and you're like, yep, we're dating a man named Cinderella. Well, I mean, we got a guy named Alice upstairs, but... Okay. Beaming up at Cinderella, the boy took his hand. Attaboy. In response, he ruffled the boy's hair with his free hand. Ha! That tickles! Ha! What a tender little moment. What? I thought you weren't good with kids. I'm not. After that little exchange, I beg to differ. You really do seem like the older brother type, you know that? I nodded pensively to myself. Where'd that come from? And for the record, Cinderella? I fixed him with a steely look. What is it now? I want to hold hands with you, too. I reached for his free hand with a big grin on my face. Too bad, so sad. Aw, come on. That's not fair. This time it was my turn to throw a tantrum. Whee! Hey, settle down up there. You're gonna fall off. Okay. Hold tight, got it. Hee. It was such a sweet, picturesque little scene. Couldn't wipe the smile off my face. Plus, after a long talk, I convinced Cinderella to hold hands with me later on the way home once we found the boy's parents. Yatta! Yatta! Yay! I got my throat out. I still do. Good grief. Quit fighting over me. Have some dignity. Why do you care? Isn't it proof that I love you? A proof that you love me. Oh, well, I do appreciate that. Fine. You win. Oh, you're blushing. Yeah, you're blushing. Shut it, both of you. Any luck? Do you see your parents anywhere? No, they're not here. Oh, well, they're probably dashing all over the place, so we might have just missed them. They're probably not at the restaurant anymore, but I do have an idea of which one it was. You do? You're a genius. That explains why he brought us to a very specific part of town. Yeah. A good thing there's not many restaurants to choose from out here in the sticks. Are those years of goofing off in town really paying off this time, huh? All those years of goofing off in this town really paid off this time, huh? It's it's Shady Man's son, and he's going to be so grateful he's going to forgive our debt. I'm just saying that would be like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I gave him a thumbs up, the universal symbol of good job. Though, no job would have been more accurate at the time. Bilingual bonus. In Japanese, the word for jobless is mushoku. The more you know. I just love how they just throw that in. And keep your little smartass comments to yourself, would you? Sorry. Good grief. Oh, that's the restaurant. The boy pointed at a building in the distance. Ah, I knew it. Oh, I recognize this place. It was the fancy restaurant I once visited with Cinderella. I finally put the pieces together, eh? He smirked at me smugly. I hate it when he outsmarts me. You could have just told me from the onset. Oh, it smells good. A delicious scent wafted out from inside the building. Excuse me. I led the way inside. This restaurant used to be pretty unpopular due to its obscure location, but now it was thriving. Evidently, they'd worked hard to turn things around. Yes, hello. Well, come. As soon as he recognized me, the waiter froze in his tracks. No surprise there, of course. The last time we were here, we'd ordered one of everything off the menu, and I can't imagine they were likely to forget about it anytime soon. Sorry to bother you, but we're looking for this boy's parents. He says they visited your establishment this afternoon. I gestured to the little boy. Ah, yes. They came in not too long ago searching for their son. They did? See, what'd I tell you? Your parents are out there looking for you. Yay! You know where they went? Sadly, I'm afraid not. Oh, well, that's all right. In that case, in the event that they come back to your restaurant, could you have them wait here so we don't miss them? Certainly. Thank you. We'll check back again in 15 minutes, just in case. Understood. Thanks again. Looks like this might all work out. What a relief. Again, there's like no cell phones. It sounds like you'll be seeing your mom and dad again soon. I'll bet you feel better now, huh? Yeah. And what will you say when you see them? I don't know. Wrong. You say you're sorry, got it? I'm sorry. Not to me, you goof. If you want to say something to Cinderella, you can tell him thank you. Thank you, mister. At this, Cinderella fell silent, pounding his lips. Pardon me, mister, but I do believe this young man just thanked you. Now what do you say back? You're welcome. Don't talk to me like I'm 5. Just then my stomach growled loudly, ruining the sweet little moment. That was you, wasn't it? I have no idea what you're talking about. Would it kill you to just pretend it didn't happen? You heard it, didn't you? Yeah. See? But no, instead he smirked at me. Don't make the little boy your accomplice. That's cheating. Well, can you blame me? I can smell all the good food a mile away. At this hour, the shopping district was bustling with busy restaurants cooking up dinner for their customers. I can smell all my favorites, too. Beef skewers, chicken skewers, steak skewers. I guess skewers are her favorite. I guess that makes sense. Seeing as though you didn't get much... Oh, that's Cinderella. I don't know why I get so confused. I guess that makes sense. Seeing as you didn't get that much of a lunch break today. If you're hungry, we can stop by one of these cafes and pick something up to eat. Nah, we can just make something when we get home. I'll wait. Come on, you don't gotta... Ah! Out of nowhere, the little boy let out a cry of surprise. What is it? Did you see your parents? Cinderella and I looked all around. No, not my parents. There's a toy store. Oh, for the love of... The two of us slumped our shoulders. The boy flailed restlessly in excitement as Cinderella crouched down and let him off his shoulders. The second his feet touched the ground, he rushed over to the display window and peered at the toys. Oh, which one do you want? In response, the boy pointed at the toy train. Oh, Cinderella, stop. He's like, which one do you want? Cinderella. Oh, yeah, that one, eh? You know, I don't mind buying it for you. Cinderella stopped short, wincing at his mistake. He shot me a guilty look. No, that's okay. I don't need it. Huh? The toy's cool, but I want my mom and dad more. Oh, wait. You're such a good boy. I knelt down and patted him on the head. Does that mean you're a good girl? Huh? Me? You're waiting, too. Waiting to eat. Yeah, but... Same thing, right? I couldn't help but smile at his innocent question. Yeah, you're right. I'm being patient for right now so I can spend time with the man I love later. This time the boy patted me back. You're a good girl. Aw, thanks. Kids are so cute. This kid is cute. Real kids are fucking monsters, but... Is he the man you love? Of course. I mean, right now. Just kidding. Are you married? Aren't you a little young to know about that? A dreamy smile spread across my face. And you! Quit smiling like that. It's creepy. Aw, he yelled at me. Do you love her? Do you? This time it was my turn to deputize the child. Yeah, I guess. Yay! I gave the boy a high five. Yay! See? He gets it. Just then... There he is! We spun around to find a woman rushing toward us, her face as white as a sheet. Mom! Dad! You're here! As soon as he spotted them, the boy made a beeline straight for them. Mom! Dad! Oh, thank goodness! We've been searching all over for you! I'm sorry. I'm sorry too, sweetheart. You must have been so scared all on your own. The boy's mother scooped him up into her arms. Meanwhile, the boy immediately started crying. He must have felt so relieved to find her at last. Then a man walked up, presumably the boy's father, and put an arm around his wife, smiling warmly. Aw, what a touching family reunion. They helped me look for you. Sniffling, the boy pointed at us. You two looked after our son for us? The woman looked over at us. Yeah, we kind of found each other by chance. Oh, I see. Well, I can't possibly thank you enough. The couple bowed politely. Oh no, it was no trouble at all. He was an angel, and we had a lot of fun together. Right, Cinderella? Yeah, we did. Please, let us make this up to you somehow. I know that's all right. Come on, let's go. With that, Cinderella turned and started to walk off, but the boy ran up and grabbed his hand. Mister! Cinderella sighed and put a hand on the boy's head. What is it now? You found your parents, see? Yeah, thank you for helping me. No problem. Now don't go wandering off again, you hear me? He ruffled the boy's hair and the boy giggled. I won't. Can we come to your cafe sometime? Oh, is that all you wanted? Sure, I don't mind. You're running a cafe? Yep, it's a... Oh, that's me. I get so confused. Yep, it's a little place right around the corner. Oh, is it the cafe with the strange menu, isn't it? She sounded like she knew the place. Is our cafe more famous than I thought? I really liked all the sparklies. Sparklies? Oh, that's him. My God, I can't read. Yeah.
Yeah, the bird and the mouse and the other ones.
Oh! Cinderella and I exchanged a glance. He must be talking about the glass figurines. He was so busy crying I didn't realize he'd even noticed. Feel free to come by the cafe anytime. We'll treat you to some yummy cookies, okay? I shot the boy a playful wink.
Okay.
Yeah, and next time you visit, I'll even give you one of the sparklies. You mean it? The boy's eyes lit up like fireworks. Don't be greedy now. You'll have to forgive him. He doesn't know when to say no. The boy's mom looked a bit embarrassed, but Cinderella merely smiled. I know it's all right. I think he's talking about the glass figurines I sculpt in my spare time. If you want, I can make you a brand new one. You like trains, right?
You can make a train?
Trust me, a train's easy to compare to the one I'm making now.
Wow.
Pretty cool, right? Cinderella's so awesome. He kind of fucking is. The glass blowing thing's really cool. I like it. I bragged as though his accomplishments were my own. Can you blame me, though? Who wouldn't feel proud to be Cinderella's girlfriend right about now? I know, I'm kind of feeling it. Yep, I'm pretty awesome. So try to be patient, all right? Good things come to those who wait.
Okay, I will.
It sure gets dark early in the wintertime, huh? I love that. There's 30 minutes of us just finding the boys. This might be even longer. We might not get the ending of this part, guys. I thought we would. I did not think it was going to be like 30 minutes trying to find some kids' parents. But we're trying to show how touching and wonderful Cinderella is. I'm going to be up till 2 in the morning playing this game. It's going to be 40 parts. I don't even know. 6 hours? Who the fuck read through this shit? Like, 10 hours later, we're still going. Like, holy shit. I'm not complaining. I love it. But, like, fuck. I keep going because I'm like, we'll get to the ending. We'll at least be able to finish Cinderella. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to finish this part today. Yeah. I exhaled up at the sky. My breath left my lips in a white fog. After we said our goodbyes to the little boy and his family, we decided to go to the lake for a while. I was hungry, and yet I couldn't will myself to go straight home and make dinner. Now that the boy was gone, I was feeling a little depressed. Kids sure are cute, aren't they? The two of us sat down at the lake shore. Yeah. And if other people's kids are that cute, then I bet our own kids would be super mega adorable. Girl, stop it. Leave your womb out of this. Most guys would be weirded out by that statement, you realize. Unless they're family men and they want children. Not all men, just you. But I'm okay with that. Personally, as a woman, I'm weirded out by that statement, but are you implying you're not like most guys? Not like most guys. At this, Cinderella slowly turned to look at me. Spacey. Yes? Oh my God. Out of nowhere, he put a hand over my eyes. Ooh. Huh? I brought my fingertips to my lips and found them damp. Was that... And now that I think about it, just because we can't do it at home doesn't mean we can't do it out here. Why would you cover my eyes for that? It just felt like it. But I wanted to see you kiss me. It's really hard when you're going to cross your eyes. Well, too bad. Maybe I didn't feel like letting you see. But why? I love you. Where did that come from? I'm madly in love with you. I'm crazy about you. Cinderella, it just occurred to me that I hadn't actually said it. You're always saying how much you love me, and I just nod along. Not really fair, is it? So I'll say it again. I love you. You're blushing so hard even your ears are red. Don't be a bully. You can't just subject me to your blindfold kink and expect me not to bat an eye. Don't call it that. I'm embarrassed too, you know. I can't even look you in the eye. This is so adorable that they're so awkward at this. Just pipe down and listen to me for a while, all right? All right, we don't even get to look at his pretty face. Yeah, we do. It's closed. We get 2 kissy CGs. Guys. I think there's one route I was reading trying to see if Kaguya was a route, and it was like one of them doesn't even get a kissy CG. I don't remember who it was, but I was like, that's sad. I think it might be the wizard. That's depressing, man. We don't get a kissy CG. What the fuck? They always did that to Van Helsing, though. Always never gave him a fucking kiss, ECG. It's rude. Kiss. Well, as soon as I fell silent, he kissed me again. My body burned as hot as my heart thumped in my chest. Without my sight, I couldn't predict when he might actually strike again. What is he thinking? I wish I could see the look on his face. Her ears look so fucking awkward from this angle. Unfortunately, all I could see was darkness. Hey, you're a total catch, you know that. It's kind of ridiculous. It looks ridiculous because it looks like he's pinching her nose. Like, it's just so weird. And the night we met, I was drunk off my ass, remember? And then I threw up and made you clean it. Nobody in their right mind would want to clean up puke, much less someone else's. But you did it without a second thought. You're a catch, you cleaned up my puke. I mean, you should get points for that, but... And I said all those dickish things to you. Called you Poverty Jane and stuff. Even though you were a rich girl, you didn't even blink when I talked to you like you were poor. You're just too generous, you know that? I was an ass. Most people would have broken off the engagement right then and there. But not you. I know you kept on entertaining my silly whims. Every day you'd work at the cafe, then do our chores in your free time. You even managed to win over my oddball brothers. You remember the first thing you ever cooked for me? That stew. Damn, that stew is good. I was never planning to eat your food. After all, I figured you were just here on a whim, that you'd get bored and leave sooner or later. Even when you were dead tired after a long day of work and chores, you'd wait at night for me to come home so we could eat dinner together. I knew about it, but I didn't want to get too attached. But that night, when I got curious and tried your cooking, I couldn't believe how good it tasted. And that was the moment I saw you as more than just some rich girl. So my ability to cook is what wins you over, not because I'm a nice person? Damn. I think it was really more the... I'm going to take it as more the, like, oh my god, she's not just some rich bitch. She's actually, like, capable of doing things. I mean, we were capable of cooking, cleaning, but we must be a world-class cook. But it does kind of make it, like, so what? Like, I'm just so awesome at cooking. That's the only thing that makes a woman worth it. I mean, I get, like, I don't know. I want to be offended by that. Like, kind of want to be offended by that a little bit. That, like, I realized you weren't worthless when I realized you could cook and clean and be a woman and shit. Like, what kind of sexist shit is that? I know that's not what he means, but it's like, there's just a trigger in your brain that's like, what the? It's not what he means. Calm down. Calm down, Felicia. Anyway. I mean, even I can make stew, but yours was special somehow. For a rich girl, you sure don't act like one, do you? Oh, sure, you look like one at first glance. But you're so goofy and chatty and aggressive. And quirky, to say the least. You even took a hit for me. And afterwards, when you yelled at me to go and apologize, you know what that chick said to me? She said it made her feel even worse. That you sent me not because you felt sorry for her, but because you wanted me to see that I have worth. Good grief. I can't even tell if you're a monster or a saint. I mean, who comes up with this stuff? And why be so indirect? But now, thinking back, you really understood me as a person. You figured it wouldn't be enough to just say it, right? That I wouldn't believe you. Well, congrats. You were exactly right. Back then, I wouldn't have believed a word you said. Truth is, I'm scared and insecure at all times, and I want something. You saw through all my immaturity and selfishness, and you stayed with me anyway. You put my needs first. I know, I am a saint, so I don't know why you even thought Monster was going to come into it. Like, who wouldn't fall in love with you? You're sweet and adorable, and everyone knows it. But there's more to you than that. You're crafty and conniving, and you know how to reel me in. But at the same time, you always keep your guard up. For a while, I thought you were trying to manipulate me. But then I realized just how much you pay attention, how much you care, how much you do for me, how much you really get me. I couldn't tell you exactly when it was that I first started loving you. One minute I didn't, and the next minute I did. And even though I wasn't your boyfriend, I found myself getting pissed off whenever I saw you hanging around with other guys. I wanted you to myself. You realize half our male customer base only shows up to see you, right? Yeah, I guess you probably already knew that. Your sense of intuition can be scary sometimes, you know? And yet you act like you don't have a clue, you sly fox. I was tempted to go around telling him, paws off, she's my fiancée. And I wanted to tell you to quit smiling at him. But I couldn't, because I'm a coward. I love you, Spacey. I do. I love you so much. I'm more than anyone. I want to be with you forever. Real talk. I wish I could hold you all the time and kiss you and touch you. I'm a selfish ass, remember? The thing you said about us having kids, I've thought about that too. About what our life would be like if we got married. Personally, I hope we stay in the newlywed phase forever. I mean, you want that nice newlywed, but like comfortable with each other? Comfortable with each other, but you want to have those newlywed moments, yeah. Every day I want to wake up, eat your delicious cooking, explore the town with you, laugh with you. Maybe we'll fight sometimes, but afterwards we'll kiss and make up like nothing ever happened. On our days off, we'll go on dates, and we'll celebrate our anniversary every year. We'll put on some fancy clothes and go to eat at a nice place. It won't kill us to treat ourselves out every now and then, right? And whenever we finally do have kids, I want to make sure we set aside private time for ourselves. Of course, we'll spend lots of time together as a family, too. Why they always gotta resort to the kid thing? It's not sexy. I don't like it. You're ruining it! But, like, okay, him being a cute dad is still like, okay, I'm not totally dead inside where I'm like, oh, you're such a cute dad. I just don't want a man with kids. Not interested in having kids. But, like, oh my god, you're being a cute dad. It is cute. Not saying I don't find that cute, because I do. But, like, you're just like an uncle, right? Cool. Like, you know. I'd love to go on vacation together. Or maybe we could pack a lunch and go on a picnic. That'd be fun. You're like, can I get a word in edgewise? My god. Does that come as a surprise to you? Anything's fun as long as I'm with the woman I love. And I want to make memories with you. Everything he's saying is fucking amazing, though. Minus the kid thing, but... Besides, I want to take the kids to as many different places as I can. I want them to have fun. They can take lessons in whatever they want, too. And once they find their calling, I want to encourage them to pursue their dreams. If you ever need someone to talk to, I want you to come to me first and I'll do the same. What else? Let's see. I want you to stay beautiful no matter how old you get. Remind me what a lucky bastard I am. Oh, well, that's rude. I can't help it if I get old and unattractive. It's just how age works. At this, finally, Cinderella pulled his hand away. I slowly opened my eyes and he met my gaze. Cinderella. After all that, kinda sounds like I'm proposing, doesn't it? I mean, I'm hoping that's what our next choice is. He smiled sheepishly. Your eyes are so beautiful, I can't handle it. He slowly leaned in and my heart raced as I felt his breath against my skin. Close your eyes for a bit. Okay. I closed my eyes again and felt something warm against my lips. And so we exchanged the world's softest, sweetest kiss. Oh my god! I really thought that was going to be the last choice moment and it was going to be a proposal, but it's not. And like, the fuck. I don't think we're going to get the ending of this part, guys. Shit, this game is long! I'm not complaining, but holy fuck, I wasn't expecting it. I'm starving. Thanks for coming! Once we saw off the last customer, we brought in the sign and flipped the plaque on the door to closed. Phew, today really took a lot out of me. I stretched my arms wide. Sadly, it wasn't enough to shake off all my built-up fatigue that we're not going to wrap up the debt thing, are we? No. Agreed. Cinderella flopped down into a chair, looking rather exhausted himself. You worked really hard today. I'll make you something to drink. No need. Just get over here. Oh, okay. He waved me over, then pulled me into a big hug. This really helps me recharge. Likewise. Lucky us, huh? Yeah. During the day we have to deal with customers, and during the night we have to deal with Alice. All I ask is for one little moment I can spend holding you. That reminds me, we haven't done any glass crafting in a long time, have we? And no, we'd stopped doing those glass crafting lessons shortly after the day we confessed the truth to each other. Mainly because we've been too busy with the other things, of course. Still, I couldn't help but miss it. And that said, you're not allowed in my room anymore, got it? You're a lady and I'm a guy. You see what I'm getting at, yeah? Anywhere there's a bed, my mind's gonna wander, and I can't promise I'll stop myself like last time. It's fine. I trust you. And that's the cruelest thing you could possibly say to a guy. Cinderella exhaled, but I could tell it was more out of exhaustion than disappointment. Have you been getting enough sleep? He wouldn't have to worry. 'Cause, like, are you serious? She's like, what? Oh my god, we're not married. Girl, shut up and take this man. What? Of course. What about you? Yep, I've been sleeping like a baby. And now that the boys are gone, maybe we could sleep in the same bed for once. There's still Alice to worry about, remember? He's gonna jump in. He's gonna be like, I'll be Jesus. I'm gonna squeeze in the middle. Also, you literally just said I'm not allowed in your room. Oh, right, I forgot. Is he zonking out? As I listened to his slow, steady breathing, I giggled and stroked his hair. If he's that tired, then I may as well let him get some rest. The past few days I'd been so happy. Almost too happy, really. After we revealed our true selves, we confessed our feelings for one another. No matter how hard the struggle, as long as we had each other, we would make it through. And from here on out, we would live happily ever after. Or would we? Is this really how it ends? I'm gonna go with no. We still have one more choice. There's still so many problems we have yet to resolve. And I don't think we're gonna do it in 15 minutes. Cinderella's dad, the debt, and worst of all, my parents. There's no way they don't know about the debt. Sure, our dads are old friends. My parents in particular are pretty hands-off. But even then, I can't imagine they let me marry someone without doing their homework first. Is it possible they're going to let me have the final say? Oh, what are you thinking about? I snapped back to reality to find Cinderella squinting at me suspiciously. Oh, nothing. Come on, it's time to make dinner. I smiled evasively. And don't dodge the question. It's your parents, isn't it? You've learned how to call my bluffs, haven't you? My smile tenses like, oh no, this is dangerous. No shit, genius. I always pay real close attention when it comes to you. It's actually really important to consider the other person's thought process when you're trying to get to know them, isn't it? I didn't take a breath before I did that. Pretty much. It just goes to show how much I love you. And I appreciate that. So let's hear it. Looks like I won't be able to wriggle out of this one. I heaved a sigh. Yes, you were right. I was thinking about my parents. I basically ran away from home to be here after all. I was desperate to learn more about you, so I didn't bother to get permission. That said, they know I'm here, and if they had a problem with it, I'm certain we'd know about it by now, but still. They know. In that case, they probably know about my dad, huh? You know, I always wondered about that. Pretty sure anybody could find out about our debt with a little digging, and yet they seem totally willing to hand off their only daughter. After a moment of thought, I looked up. Maybe we should go visit them. You want to go visit your parents? Yeah, we can explain everything that's happened. That way maybe they'll understand. I don't know about that. We were basically trying to con you people. Things are different now, right? Yeah. If any of this came as a surprise to them, I'm sure they'd be angry. But if they knew, then there must be a reason they didn't say anything. Maybe they'll tell us they're opposed to our relationship. But if so, we can just cross that bridge when we come to it. At the very least, it's more productive than leaving things vague. Gotta stay positive. We won't know until we try. Of course, I'm not going to force you to do this if you don't want to. Cinderella fell silent for a moment, then smiled. You're right. I ought to apologize to your dad in person. I mean, my mom, too. Okay, I'll go. And I'll tell them everything that's happened. And then we'll have them officially sanction a relationship. Happily ever after. Oh, this ain't gonna end good. Happily ever after, huh? For the record, that limey loser is just a friend to you, right? He fixed me with another suspicious look. How many times are you gonna ask me this? Look, I just want to make sure, all right? If you want to be jealous, then knock yourself out. I wish you'd return the favor sometime. I hope you aren't planning to do anything that's gonna make me cry, like cheating on me or cheating on me. Trust me, you're the best I'm gonna get. Yeah, well, right back at ya. There's no one I could possibly want more than you. I mean... You're the best I'm gonna get. Yeah, and you remember that. He's like, aren't you gonna... No. You were in debt to your fucking eyeballs, and I'm gonna have to sell a couple of kidneys, and I only got 2, and that's gonna be tough, but... I'm Gonna have to try to grow a third. I don't know if it works that way, but I'm gonna have to give away half my liver and try to let it to grow back, and then I'm just gonna be harvesting livers over here. Try to pay off your motherfucking debt. So I'm just saying, I can do better. Like, Kaguya is my beloved servant. He's a close friend, and I think of him as family. Okay then, what about me? You're my boyfriend, duh. Satisfied with the results of this interrogation, he gave me a hug. This is how we get our happy ending, right? Yep, I couldn't possibly ask for more. Oh god, I'm so nervous, guys. I mean, we're gonna get our happy ending, but I mean, we have one choice left. Oh, we're humming. I don't know, it sounded like we're stretching. I don't need to stretch. And so our weekly day off rolled around. Oh, my back hurts so bad. Today we were going to visit my parents' house. Humming to myself, I packed up my luggage to bring it home with me. You're in a weirdly good mood. You could stand to be at least a little nervous, you know. Why am I bringing my luggage home with me? Sounds like I'm going home to never come back. I am nervous. If you are, you sure don't look it. I don't? I'm not sure what I look like to you, but my heart's practically pounding out of my chest. My ear itches so bad. Sorry. Well then, want to check my pulse? I placed my hand against my chest suggestively. Flick. Ow! In response, he flicked my forehead. Don't sell yourself short. Otherwise, you'll lose all your mystery. You menfolk like to be kept waiting, is that it? It's hotter that way, yeah. Just checking, but am I hot? If you weren't, I wouldn't have fallen in love with you. Well then, that's a relief. In fact, you're so hot, I might just give in to temptation one of these days. I look forward to it. I love this. At this casual reply, Cinderella shrank back slightly. You're more dominant than you look, aren't you? And you're surprisingly submissive. I do love their relationship. This is fucking great. Bite me. Oh, don't be like that. I'm saying we're compatible. We complete each other. She should have been like, gnash teeth. Yeah, I guess so. Once I finished packing up, we were on our way. You know, it's strange. Just a month ago, I was headed down this road in the opposite direction, and now I'm walking back with Cinderella at my side. As we walked, he kept looking off into the distance for some reason. Curious, I followed his gaze to find him staring at the boutique we visited in the past. Boutique. Wow, I can't read. Are you feeling the urge to shop again? I turned my attention to him. His expression was blank, which made me nervous. Nah, you're all I need these days. Just me? Yep, just you. Well, aren't you romantic? I only said it 'cause you made me. So how many points is my smile worth today? 120. Woohoo! I broke 100! And just in time for our happy ending too. Let's go! I took his hand in mine and hurried off down the road. We're not getting our happy ending in this one, I'm sorry. We're just not. And so we arrived at the family estate. Talk about a sight for sore eyes. Well, here we are. You guys must be loaded. Cinderella stared between me and the house. I wouldn't go that far. My gaze wandered over our big, pretentious gate. I guess there really is such a thing as a humble rich person. Technically, we're not rich, just upper middle class. I knew this distinction wouldn't make much difference, however, so instead I just laughed it off. So what kind of house does your family have? A big mansion like this one. It's got a ballroom, and back when I was little, when we were still well off, I'd always throw these big parties. Ooh, parties. They sound a lot richer than us for sure. Well, at least they used to be. Glad you got that. Everyone would show up wearing fancy clothes, and they'd all drink and talk and dance. Each party felt like an old-timey ball, like the sort you'd read about in a picture book, classy and glamorous. He smiled wistfully. But you were a kid, right? What did you do during the parties? Not much. My parents were always off talking with the guests, and there weren't any kids my age to play with. But I always dreamed that someday when I was all grown up, I'd go to parties all the time too. So that's why you used to throw them every weekend, huh? Pretty much. I get it. He just wanted to make his childhood dreams come true. Well then, my good sir, do you have a dance partner for this evening? I've got someone in mind, but I haven't formally asked her yet. Is it me? I gestured to myself hopefully. How else would it be, genius? To be honest, I've never gone dancing before. And then allow me to be your humble escort. And just don't step on my feet. I won't, I promise. Good. Curling my finger around his, we exchanged a pinky promise. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah. As our hands pulled apart, a familiar face appeared at the door. Oh, hi, Kaguya. I'm home. I said his name weird. I waved at him. Hello, puppet. Welcome home. And hello there, Cinderella. Hey. Is Dad home? Certainly is. Shall I fetch him for you? No, that's okay. Come on, Cinderella. Follow me. How can you not love Kaguya? He's goddamn beautiful. Here you go. I set a cup of freshly brewed black tea on the coffee table. Thanks. My dad should be here any minute now. Cool. I took a seat next to him and peered up at him. He was fidgeting and staring at his hands. Judging from his half-hearted responses, he's completely distracted. Are you nervous? You could say that. He gave a self-deprecating laugh. Normally he wouldn't be caught dead admitting something like that. I giggled. In that case, how about I talk about myself? Maybe it'll help take your mind off things. There are 4 people in my family. My mom, my dad, my older brother, and me. And everyone but me is a hunter. That sounds like they'll hold me to pretty high standards then. And this is just making me more nervous. I know, and I'm sorry, but I wanted you to know up front so you can be prepared. Hunters. Like as in they hunt things? Like as in they're good with guns? Like as in Cinderella should not fucking be here and this was a bad idea. He's gonna die. A family of elites, eh? You must all be really smart. We're well educated at the very least. Are you gonna be hunters someday too? No, I don't have any plans for the future except for getting married. And that's it? How do your parents feel about it? They told me I'm welcome to live my life however I choose. Good thing they're understanding. They really are, which is why I'm sure they'll approve of our relationship. Yeah, most guys would balk at this, you know. You think so? But my brother's inheriting the family legacy, and my parents are so busy they're hardly around. Right. So you live here with your brother. No, my brother's got his own place not too far from here. In this house, it's just me and Kaguya most days. At this, Cinderella's tone changed completely. Just you. And Kaguya. He turned his entire body toward me and looked me directly in the eyes. Yeah. And if I were boning him, I wouldn't be dating you. Just saying. The look on his face said, excuse me? Yep. I nodded firmly. Any other servants? Nope. He squinted at me suspiciously. I'm telling you, there's nothing going on between the two of us. Not in this route. He really should know this by now. But the weird thing is, I think in his route, he doesn't start off as being like your family's servant. He's different, so it's weird. There better not be. Are you mad about this? No, I'm not mad. I'm jealous. I'm not some pure-hearted saint who could just accept his favorite lady living alone together with some other guy, servants included. I stared back, mouth gaping like a fish as he ranted in my face. What? Are you sick of my jealousy issues? He pouted sulkily. I love you so much. What? Where'd that come from? I want to give you a big hug right now, but I guess I'd better behave. Behave? You don't realize this, but I love you even more than you think I do. I do try to keep it together on the outside, but whenever you make these adorable comments, I start to lose it. Spacey. You two sure seem to be getting along in here. Dad! The two of us jumped to our feet as my father walked into the room. Oh, nice to meet you, sir. My name is... My father cut him off. I know all about you, Cinderella. Thank you for taking such good care of my daughter. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Dad knows about everything that happened. Cinderella seemed to realize this too, because he froze partway through bowing. It was no trouble. Have a seat now. Let's chat for a bit. Quite a few questions for you. Sure. And so we all sat down on the sofa, drank our tea, and had a lovely time. Just kidding. I was like, really? The awkward silence that hung in the room couldn't have been more suffocating. As a hunter, my dad naturally exuded authority. On top of that, we would now have to tell him everything we'd been doing, as well as explain Cinderella's family situation. Personally, I didn't find my father to be that scary, but this was Cinderella's first time meeting him, and he was likely feeling rather pressured. Sure enough, when I glanced over at him, the look on his face told me he was completely overwhelmed. But before I could come to his rescue, my father cut in once again. You've really grown, you know that? I'm not sure if you remember, but we met a handful of times when you were still a boy. What? I couldn't stop myself from responding to this. My dad met Cinderella when he was little? Nobody told me we had the childhood friend backstory enabled. I love that! Nobody told me we had the childhood friend backstory enabled. Yeah, but we didn't know each other. Think of all the romantic potential. Maybe the two of us first met as kids, only to reunite as full-grown adults. That's a classic. Oh, sorry, I don't. Evidently, Cinderella hadn't the faintest recollection of this. Oh well, life doesn't always work out the way we hoped. No surprise there. You were a small child, after all. Would you mind if I had a cigarette? Oh, sure, go ahead. Dad! I scowled at him. All right, sorry. He reluctantly put his pack of cigarettes back into his pocket. I had a deep respect for my father, but the one thing I couldn't stand was his tendency to light up at every occasion. She's dominant over Daddy, too. That said, it was clear now that he wasn't quite as composed as his external facade let on. With his hands now idle, my father folded them together and let out a breath. I don't like beating around the bush, so I'm just going to be straight with you. Do you love Spacey? I do. Good. Spacey, do you love him? This time he turned the conversation to me. Yes, I do. I nodded without hesitation. I see. Well then, sounds like you two will move forward with the marriage talks, yes? Oh, that was fast. I'd assumed he was planning to interrogate us about the whole family debt thing and the living together before marriage thing. All at once my expression softened and the tension in my body were eased. Well, frankly, when the topic first came up, I debated putting a stop to it. Family friend or not, I'd only met you a few times many years back, and my daughter had only just turned 18. All this time I worried it wouldn't be right to force two young people together just to suit the whims of their fathers. You see, my daughter has never been the fussy type. She's always accepted the decisions we've made without complaint. And while this has generally made our lives a lot easier, I could never be sure how she actually felt about some things. Some father I turned out to be, eh? Dad, I never knew you felt that way. Naturally, I had a feeling she wouldn't say no if we asked her to go through with the marriage talks, but this time the decision wasn't ours to make. Supposing the engagement was made official, things would only get more complicated from there. The two of you would start living together, and who knew if you'd get along? That's why I started the conversation with a photo of you. Sure enough, she didn't refuse. On the contrary, she dashed off to go find you, to evaluate you. And apparently she fell for you at first sight. Do you know why it is that I let my beloved daughter stay with you for a full month? Cinderella didn't respond, so my father continued. It was a test run. I wanted the two of you to live together. If all went well, I was prepared to bring you into the family as my son-in-law. Son-in-law? Correct. What do you say, Cinderella? Can I adopt you as my son? I'd like to think I have a decent understanding of your background, and I'm certain I can help you. You mean... Precisely. I hear you've been struggling for a long time now. I don't envy that. Well, not to worry. I'll make sure you're provided for. If it's financial aid you require, my coffers are as good as yours. Damn! Daddy Warbucks up in this shit! Besides, you two are happy with each other, are you not? He glanced at me. The look on his face seemed to say, Behold, the perfect solution. And naturally, I was inclined to agree. I can't be your son-in-law. What? Did he just decline the offer? Dad, I think maybe Cinderella needs some time to think about it. I turned back to my father with a smile, hoping to conceal my inner panic. Really? Yes, really. You never said anything about this adoption thing before. Besides, Cinderella's the heir apparent to his dad's estate. If you take him in, I'll have to give that up. I don't mind marrying into his family instead. Either way, it's something we need to discuss. I needed to take control of where this conversation was headed. Otherwise, that's not the issue. Cinderella cut in almost as though he had seen right through me. Oh, right, of course. I've never been able to pull one over on Cinderella. Not once. What's the matter? You don't sound too enthusiastic. Cinderella fell silent and hung his head. Cinderella? Nervous, I called out to him. After a moment, he looked up again. He turned to my father and said, I have no intention of marrying Spacey. What? Is my daughter not good enough for you? And don't get me wrong. She's a wonderful woman. I simply don't plan on getting married. You're lying. Which is it? I'm not lying. I never once agreed to the marriage talks, much less the marriage itself. This hurts a little. What? I thought he was going to be like, I can't do that because I want to get out of my debt myself. You know what I mean? And I was going to, that's nobody's like, I'm not getting married. The fuck did we come here for? I only came here to apologize for everything and to escort your daughter home, and nothing more. Where did this come from? I grabbed his arm, but he pulled away from me. Spacey, calm down at once. At my father's insistence, I let go of Cinderella. This is sad, guys. Can you explain this to us so we can understand where you're coming from? Yes, sir. As you know, my family is in debt to the tune of an exorbitant sum that we can never pay, even if we never took another day off in our lives. Your father's debt, correct? Yes. Well, then there's no need for you to pay it off, is there? Assuming you cut ties with your father, of course. Besides, we have enough money to support you for the foreseeable future. If you joined our family, I'm sure we could ease your burden. I admit, it's an attractive offer. I think so too. What's to dislike about it? I just can't accept it. I tried to take advantage of you and your daughter. I built a relationship with her with the sole intention of getting your financial support. Yes, I know. Like I said, I have a decent understanding of your situation. Just to be clear, does my daughter know about it? Yes. I told her everything and she's graciously forgiven me. I see. Then what's the problem? If my daughter has accepted it, then so will I. I just don't think we'll be able to make the relationship work. I'm a loser. When I'm with her, I get so insecure. I feel like I get more and more worthless with each passing day. I thought you said you love her. Truth be told, I'm not so sure. I can't help but think maybe I only love her because she's nice, or because she's rich, or because she's convenient to have around. And if so, then I can't possibly marry her. That's not true. You may have a point. In the very least, the way things stand now, I don't see the relationship lasting very long. Dad! I'm just not confident I can treat her right. So I'd like us to pretend this marriage discussion never happened. I see. That's a shame. I'm going to have to end this part here, and we're going to have to find out the ending in the next part, so... wow, I don't know. We're going to be here for like 7 more hours, so I don't know. This could be... the next part could be the... I don't know, guys. This goes on so much longer than I thought, so I can't believe it. But anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.